Shalom. Kohala Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shemakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of GMS, even the others that came before them, that taught us his truth. Shalom, and salutations to all the brothers that put you in the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect Abraham of David, Aquat that are listening, learn to be in a pillar of rest, 144,000, one third, the hopeful elect of Israel, and the brother Yashuan. And I'm back real quick. I just want to touch on this real quick because there's something being said right here. Don Robinson is begging for the establishment to put her to work. Okay, and I'm going to show you. This is a plea. It's an outward plea for work. First of all, her Lucy Pearl ass, right, won't shut the fuck up and is crazy on some Jaguar right type shit. But she's begging for she's begging the devil to put her on again. Very subliminally. And I'm going to show you how. First of all, nobody comes out and says, hey, I'm living in my car. All right? And she tried to make it sound good. Oh, yeah, I chose to do this. And da-da-da-da. No. She's begging for work. All right? So first, let's go here. Hide me. Psalm 64 and 2. King James. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Okay, so she's a worker of iniquity and she knows the game. And she's had to be spanked in front of everybody. And right now she's trying to play nice. She's sending a signal. Okay, let's get this real quick. Proverbs 6 and 13. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. That's what she's doing. Okay. So what is she wearing? She's wearing, let's go, let's see if we can find it. This is a Sergeant Pepper shirt. Who is Sergeant Pepper? Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Right? Right here. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So she's calling out to the establishment. See, they all worship Sergeant Pepper. See? They all worship Sergeant Pepper. Who was Sergeant Pepper? It was 20 years ago today. Sergeant Pepper told his band to play. You understand? They all worship Sergeant Pepper. And she's making it known, hey, I'm in the Lonely Hearts Club Band. So this guy right here, where's he at? Gazy? What's he doing right here? He's signaling out. He's letting them know, hey, I work for the devil, and he's got me on. He's about to go down, but remember this. They're about to take him through. But remember this, hey, I'm loyal. And that's what Dawn is trying to say right here. She's trying to say, I'm loyal to Sergeant Pepper. Who is Sergeant Pepper? Well, I just showed you. That guy. There's Sergeant Pepper. There's Sergeant Pepper. Why is this guy there? Who wrote, supposedly, Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? Why are these two guys together? Because that's Sergeant Pepper. But that's Crowley. Mr. Crowley. See, if you know your music, Mr. Crowley, right? So this is John Lennon, the Beatle, right? What has he got to do with Crowley? Well, Crowley is Sergeant Pepper. Let's ask a question here. Who is Sergeant Pepper? Billy Pepper and the Pepper Pots. It's a random question. Well, this guy right here. Well, here's the album cover. How many times is Sergeant Pepper on the cover of the album? Crowley on the cover of Sergeant Pepper. Why is, well, there's Sergeant Pepper. Where's he at? Right there. It was 20 years ago today, Sergeant Pepper. Where's he at? He's over. This whole album is a tribute to Aleister Crowley. And all these people are famous people, right? Going back to vaudeville and all of that. All these people. See, if you study this album cover, it's telling you something. If you put this in the mirror, it turns around, it tells you all of these little clues about how Paul died and all of that shit. Well, who is Sergeant Pepper? Right? Well, let's see if it's going to answer the question. Wikipedia. In the opening track, Paul McCartney introduces the Beatles as Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and refers to the band's fictional leader, a character called Billy Shears. So we're not going into it, huh? Sgt. Pepper is Aleister Crowley. Let's see who's going to say it first. Because that's who they all worship. Crowley is the devil. They worship the devil. Supposed to be a comment. Let's just go here. How about is Crowley Sergeant? Slovakia. They say Crowley's son is Paul McCartney. How about that? The Fab Four included him on their album work for Sgt. Pepper, taking up his place at the top left-hand corner on the back row. And although the portrait of Pepper on the album is Soldier James Melvin Bivington, that hasn't stopped the theory claiming that the true Sgt. Pepper is Crowley. Was the Beatles' real-life Sgt. Pepper actually the wickedest man on earth? Sgt. Pepper is Crowley, okay? Wickedest man in the world, okay? The identity of real Sgt. Pepper is a question that Beatlemaniacs have been asking for over 50 years. Given its notoriety, there are countless theories in either surrounding the possible, in the ether, Salakia. There are countless theories in the ether surrounding the possibility, the possible identity. One of the most popular beliefs that Beatles fans have been speculating for decades is that Sgt. Pepper's identity is a man who goes by the name of Aleister Crowley, a person once branded the wickedest man in the world. So, if you know it, well, ask Paul McCartney himself, right? This Satanist, and that's Paul number 2, Fall, if you will, because the real Paul they killed. Anyway, Sgt. Pepper is talking about Crowley. So what is Dawn doing here? She's calling out to the establishment and she says, I'm living in my car. Please put me to work. Knows exactly what she's doing. She didn't have to go on and tell everybody she's homeless living in her car. She tried to make it look, oh, I'm choosing to do this. I'm 3 years now. Yeah, you need work, bitch. Anyway, going back, this is witchcraft, okay? Signaling their deceit with the wink of an eye, a nudge of the foot, or the wiggle of finger, or the wearing of a shirt. Okay, like this guy Alazar was standing, right, as a new adept, and he was contorting him. He was standing in such an unnatural way, See, that nigga would be standing in a hip hop, niggerish way. But instead, he was on some childish mandingo, childish Gambino shit. And this nigga was all contorted in a specific position, right? Letting you know why he did that humiliation ritual in the first place. That's what he was doing, is confirming. So really, they're all a bunch of fucking cutthroats trying to take down the truth. They're getting paid for it. They don't care about the truth. These niggas are signaling their deceit with a wink of an eye and an edge of a foot. Who went into that? The brother Manatazakba went into it. Let's see. I probably can't show it, but he made a video saying it's not going to work, or it's going to come to naught, right? And he went into how this dude is standing in that Masonic pose, and it's bad. It's that bad. See, and the point I'm making is we see these things, okay? We see these things. We notice things like this, right? I'll show you what that, and who sees things like that? This is what that means. Let's go to I'll go to Revelation 13. Let's see if I could get it here. This. What does that mean? Let he who hath an ear. What does that mean? What does this mean? Here's what it means. I'm going to cut to the chase. Whoever has ears ought to hear these words. This is what they mean. Hey, you of the elect, listen. If you're of the elect, hear this. I'm speaking directly to the elect. That's what this means, right? Because right after it goes directly into the saints. See? Who are the saints? The elect of Israel. Okay. And that's spiritual. Okay. No, don't say that. It's spiritual. It does say that. Anyway, he who has ears, let him hear. Hey, this goes out to the elect. They're gonna hear it. My sheep hear my, who are his sheep? The elect of Israel. Okay? So we see these things. This is my sheep hear my voice. There it is. She's calling out for her people. Hey, I'm ready. I'm gonna be like Dudley and do right on some Chris Brown shit. Go ahead, dye my hair. Spank me. Give me a public spanking. Dye my hair on some Kanye shit. And I'm act right until I go off again. That's what this is. All right? So I just thought I'd, remain spiritual, right? Time is short. 1 Peter. People like shit like that. They don't like all the war. Oh, I want to hear about, my favorite entertainer. 1 Peter 4 and 7, the end of the Salakia. Let's get it here. 1 Peter 4 and 7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right, with that, we hope the elect are edified. Your brothers and sisters, shalom.